Actually, I'm your biggest fan, and I'm
Excellent.
a Democrat.
Excellent. You're a twofer. We call you a twofer in the governor's office. That's great. Thank you.
What's your opinion in regards to a Board of Ed that is slapping a board member for speaking, well, for supporting your position and agenda in regards to your real estate tax?
Well, the cameras are rolling. YouTube is waiting. Okay. Listen. I'll give you an example of the level of misunderstanding out there and the level of hysteria that has been ginned up by the teachers union. Now, and that's who's ginning this up. We all know it, okay? They're ginning this up, and why are they ginning it up? They're ginning it up for one very simple reason. They have been able to have their way on everything in New Jersey for decades. Now, this is not about teachers, and let's make this really clear. This is not about teachers. The overwhelming majority of teachers are in there for the right reason. They love kids. They get satisfaction from watching children learn. They help to train the leaders of the future, and I'm a product of the public schools in this state, and I'm proud of it. But the union is a different story. Now, the union says, when I ask for a pay freeze for 1 year, if they had taken a pay freeze and paid 1.5% of their salary towards their benefits for 1 year, of the $820 million in cuts that we had to make to education, K-12 in New Jersey, $750 million of that would have been absorbed by that. So $70 million spread over 588 school districts, you wouldn't have seen a blip across the state. They chose not to. Instead, did they let their teachers decide? Their members? No. In fact, as you go around the state, in almost every one of the districts, they weren't even allowed to have a vote. And I believe that if teachers had been allowed to vote, and the choice was, listen, take a pay freeze for a year to prevent some of my colleagues from being laid off and losing their jobs, teachers would have voted yes to take a pay freeze. Their union wouldn't let them. And their union wouldn't let them because this union is about one thing and one thing only: the accumulation and exercise of raw political power. And they do it through taking money, and I mean taking money, out of the paychecks of every teacher and school employee who's a member of the union. Think about this deal. The union dues are $730 a year. Mandatory. Unless you want to opt out of the union. And if you want to opt out of the union, you pay 85% of $730 not to be in the union. Now, for those of you who are in my generation, that is like the Hotel California. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. All right? And now in school boards across New Jersey, the teachers union is intimidating school boards across New Jersey to not do the right thing. They're intimidating them at the ballot box. They're intimidating them by coming and jamming their meetings. They're intimidating them by spreading false stories and misinformation to try to scare parents. I met a teacher who, I won't say where she's from, I will protect her identity, but I met a teacher when I was out practicing baseball with two of my sons. And she came up to me, and she was hot, angry. And she came up to me and said, "You don't like teachers, you don't respect us, you don't respect what we do, you want to destroy public education in New Jersey." And that was like her hello. And the troopers started to move in. It was, And I said to her, "Listen, do you want to sit down and talk to me for a couple of minutes, or you just want to yell at me? If you want to yell at me, finish it up, and then I'm going to go back to practice. But if you want to talk, I'll sit with you." And we did. And we sat and we spoke for 15 minutes. At the end of that 15 minutes, she said to me, "I don't think I know you as well as I thought I did." And I said, "No, I don't think you do either, because you've just been listening to your union." And I said, "If you invite me to your school," she's a third grade teacher. I said, "If you invite me to your school, I'll come." And she said to me, "Oh, what, with a whole entourage from the press for a photo op?" And I said, "No." I said, "I'll come without any press. I'll come and visit your school and your students, and they can ask me any questions they want, and you can put anybody in the classroom from your school system that you want, and they can ask me whatever they want. And so I went and did that visit. And the superintendent was there, and the principal was there, and the teacher was there, and a whole bunch of third graders were there. And those third graders had some pretty good questions. And at the end of it, the teacher said to me, I'm really glad we did this, because you really do care about this, and you're only doing what you think you need to do. Now, I can't go to every teacher in New Jersey and do that. I got lucky with that one. And boards of education who are being cowed and intimidated by these bullies need to understand who they work for. They do not work for the teachers union. They work for the people who pay the bills in that town, and they better start standing up or you should kick them out.